When you put your house on the market, the best way to get top dollar is to stage it properly. And there's no better way to find out how to do that than to work with a professional home stager itself. I recently worked with Diane Haggerty of Haggerty Realtors to help stage a home for sale for one of her clients.
Barringer here. She is with Home at Last Decor, and she's been serving all the top clients here in Northern Virginia for over 12 years as a home decorator and stager. So we have some questions for our expert today. And Christine, tell us about home staging and what home staging is, and maybe some goals that you want to obtain as a seller for home staging.
Home staging is all about making the prospective buyer feel like, oh, I could live here. This is the kind of house I'd like to move into tomorrow. It's like making your house into a model home. When you go to a model home, that is the kind of home that looks inviting but functional, and that's your goal. You want it to look clean and crisp and upscale and inviting for people to use the way they see fit. So in this home office, we're starting with a home office. We have a very nice area that the homeowner utilized an unusual space in their home to make the most of a home office. However, most people don't like office work, so you want it to look like a place that people can sit down and feel at home and enjoy doing some homework. So here in this office that we have, you also need to depersonalize a bit. This homeowner has a particular sports team that they're promoting here, and we need to remove that. We have a lot of paperwork around. It looks a little busy. It looks like if I had to sit down here, I'd be working very hard. And you don't really want to do that if you're wanting to sell your house. You want people to sit here and say, oh, I can see myself checking my email and enjoying the view and getting some work done at the same time. So we're going to clean up all of these extraneous papers that are all around. We're going to remove the items that are very personal to this homeowner so that anyone who might not like the Redskins would still feel that they could work in this office. We'll clean up the shelves here, which are a little bit busy, and we're going to change the artwork because it's not particularly a theme that's good for a home office. It's more for partying, which is great. We'll use that artwork somewhere else, but we want it to really feel like you can be productive here and enjoy it at the same time. There's also a lot of papers and goods underneath the desk that we need to remove, because keep in mind that anyone that comes to your house is going to look everywhere. They're going to look in your closets, they're going to look under things and around things, and you don't want any surprises. So we'll be cleaning all this area up and come back in a few minutes and we'll show you the results. Thank you. Hi, well, here we are after we've done the staging. First of all, we've gotten rid of a lot of things. If you notice, all the paperwork, all the loose items have been removed. We've cleaned the desk off, we polished it. It's very important that you also have things looking clean and sparkly. So what we've done is we've gotten some bookends and we've put together some hardcover books without the dust jackets. That's very important because they look a lot dressier without the dust jackets. We've moved the lamp to better illuminate the work surface, which is nice and spare. We changed to a more comfortable chair so people can picture sitting here and looking out at the beautiful view and enjoying their workspace. We have the computer screen and we've added a plant in the corner. This serves two purposes. It adds some texture to this side of the room and it hides the cords that are hanging down over there. Additionally, we've straightened up the bookshelves. We have taken out all of the loose items, made it look a lot neater. We changed the artwork. We took away the wine-themed art and we put something that's fairly generic, but a striking piece. You see the high contrast between the tree and the fence with the snow. This is what I call a high contrast picture, which always gives more impact. We have a basket here just to soften this side of the picture, and with some berries, so not some dust collecting flowers. And we have a statue on top here that is fairly generic, but it gives a nice sophisticated feel to the space. We have some flowers. You can use cut flowers or flowers that look real on the side table just to fill this corner. So overall, the space looks a lot more inviting, clean, refreshed, easy to work in, and people who come through this area will be more likely to feel that this is a space they would like to work in their homes.
So now that you can see, Christine has created a very inviting space. And I just had a quick question for her. Christine, now what are some of the absolute no-nos when you're showing your home in terms of your decor?
Glad you asked. Some things you want to avoid are any personal items that will give people an opinion about you, good or bad. You're worried about the bad ones, of course. So you don't know what the prospective buyer's opinions or leanings are. So therefore, in this group of books, for instance, we have a book by a previous president that perhaps a prospective owner didn't like. So you would not include this in your displays. If you have any religious books, you want to make sure that they're not there. Personal pictures of your children or your dog or any people that you know should be removed. You want it to be fairly generic so it appeals to the widest audience. And you just want to make sure that any personal items that can give a clue to, not so much that it's a clue, but you don't want anyone to start thinking about your personal being in this room. You would rather that they see themselves in this room. So if there's nothing to prevent that, you're better off.
Wonderful. Now hiring or bringing in a professional sounds like it can cost a lot of money to do all this changes. However, Christine's got some great secrets and tricks of the trade, if you will. Christine, how did you accomplish this on such a low budget?
It was really very easy. We actually, of course, didn't cost anything to clean everything away and polish everything up. We took some hardcover books that we had elsewhere and just removed the dust jackets for a more upscale look. We borrowed, actually, these bookends from a friend. You might just have them somewhere else in the house that you haven't noticed, but you can borrow them or buy them inexpensively. We had the lamp, all of these things are here. We took a plan from another part of the house where it wasn't doing anything and put it in the corner, but you could buy one for $20, $30. The artwork that we added here is also a steal. You can buy it at like Home Goods, find something like this at Home Goods or Target or Pier 1, and that would be like $50, $60. The basket you can get at a place like Michael's with the berries. That whole combination could be $10 or less. The statue we had on a shelf elsewhere in the house, collecting dust, not being appreciated or utilized, and we just moved it to here. And then, of course, removing all of the covers from the book didn't cost anything at all. The big ticket item was really this chair. So I suggest that when you're selling your home, if there are some pieces that you need to spend a little more money on, pick something that you will want to take with you to